Hello and welcome to another Modern Toy Fair review. Today I'm taking a look at the Mafex number 88 Venom reissue. Let me know in the comments below if you pre-ordered the reissue of this figure and what you think of it, or if you just passed on it altogether. Also make sure to like and subscribe and give us a follow on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. Links will be in the description below. But that's enough chitter chatter. Let's go ahead and get at her. Alright, let's take a look at how the reissue turned out. So, for the most part, you see it is kind of a lot of the same. You still got the same, like, eyes and mouth and all of that from the original. Very reminiscent of the Todd McFarlane style. You've got a little less blue shading, or at least it's not quite as vibrant as it was on the first one. You still have the sculpt around the white of the Venom spider, which looks great. You've got the white patch on the back of the hands. You've got the kind of clawed out fingers that are a little more pointed at the ends. Both sides here, going down the legs. You still have some of that blue shading just to give him some color, so he's not just flat black, but it's not quite as heavy as the original, at least not from what I remember, because I did sell mine right as this was announced. Again, all the muscles, the paint on the back looks great. You've got that booty there. And then the back of the legs, all the muscles, and back of the feet. So I'm pretty happy with it so far. Oh, well, except for that head popped out. Let me pop this back in here for a second. There we go. All right. As for articulation, this is where the biggest difference, in my opinion, comes. So we'll start with the head. You've got the same, neck joint that all the Mafex figures seem to have, with all the rotation up, down, the top and the bottom of the neck. This is going to be one thing I've noticed, is the joints all around are not as tight, so it does pop out relatively easily. You do have that kind of little like kinked neck peg there to give you the option to go more up or down, depending on what you want. The arms still go out past 90. You still have the butterfly joint in there, so you can get all the rotation forward and back. It does have that little piece to kind of hide that, and then it goes all the way around. You have the bicep swivel, you have double jointed elbows, and then you do have the wrist peg, twist forward, back, all the way around. You do have the top and bottom of the abdomen, and you get a decent amount of crunch forward, back, and then all the rotation side to side. And see there. And as far as the legs, they do pull down so you can go all the way out. See there, you do have a little bit of the thigh swivel still. Goes out a decent amount to the outside, not very far back though. Double joint knees. And then, as you can see, the joints are a lot looser this time around, so the hands and neck and stuff like that can pop off. I haven't had issues with like pop off at like the bicep or anything. It seems to just be like the neck and ankle so far, but everything does move a lot smoother than on the original. You can still get him in all the same crazy poses, if not more, because he's not quite as tight as the first release. As far as accessories, you have the alternate head, where he's just smiling with the closed mouth. You've got the kind of blue in between his teeth bleeding in there. You've got those big white eyes. Then you do have the alternate Eddie Brock head, which the paint looks a little better than the original, but about the same. You still have that awesome symbiote like going up the neck part as well. And then, again, pretty simple installation of that, especially considering the neck pops off a lot easier this time around as well. You just pop that out, pop this one in, and well, let me get you here into focus, Eddie. And there you go. Now you got your Eddie Brock. And then as far as hands, you do have two closed fists. You have a pair of these kind of almost like cape holding hands like Batman and Superman have. And they do have the gripping hands that are a little more open that you can fit like the web effects and stuff in. And then the full clawed out hands, followed by the magnetic claw hands with the big ugly magnet piece in the middle. Then you have the magnetic feet, which are about the same as the normal, just with magnets at the bottom. And then you get 4 of these web effects. This one has cool little wrapping there on the bottom. extends there. This one also has the cool like twists and turns. Like he's got a bunch of extra, like he's pulling it as he swings. This is one of the ones that just, connects at the wrist. You can just see there. Same with this one, just a different direction than the previous. And then as far as putting those on, we'll start with the ones that just go into the hands here. The hands are soft, but they're still a bit of a tight fit, so it is annoying. I will say, probably doing this poorly, but you should normally just take the hand off and put the web in first, just to risk, so you don't risk any breaks. But yeah, you just pop it in there, and then you can wrap the web around his arm however you please. Let me see if I can get it to go like that. And now he's just got all this extra web wrapped around him while he's swinging through the city. And then if we go around the other side here, I'm going to show you the wrist version. So you pop the hand off, slide this just over the peg here. Let me hold on to that while I grab the hand and pop this back on. And then you just kind of twist it how you want. And since his come out of the back of his hand instead of the front of his wrist. And then you also have the clear stand and the new, I guess, certified pamphlet, just to prove even further with a QR code that your figure is legit. Okay, on to the size comparison. So here he is with the Valaverse Scarab and then the Mafex Batman. As you can see, Scarab definitely scales bigger, and Batman he actually scales really well with. Here we have the Hasbro Fortnite Battle Royale, or Victory Royale, Mancake, and then Mafex Tiger Stripe Wolverine. Wolverine, a little bit too tall for Venom, and then Mancake is obviously a little bigger scale. Then we've got Pimp Daddy Destro here, and of course we've got Super 7 or Raphael. Okay, yep, that's what we're doing now. All right, let me get everyone back up on their feet here. Get him a little more straightened out. There we go. Okay, so they're almost about the same height, which isn't bad. I mean, obviously Venom should be a little bit taller, and the Super 7 stuff is always, a little thicker for the Mafex line. Then we have the Hasbro Jon Favreau, and he actually isn't bad. He scales pretty decently. And then last but not least, we have the Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure Armadillo, who is just absolutely massive against everyone, and even looks great with Venom. And last up is the box arts. You have Venom up in the corner, Marvel, 6-inch, all that fun stuff, logo, figure down at the bottom, and the Mafex logos. Top you have Venom and all the logos. Side you have the figure with some of the logos. Opposite side there. Bottom you have all of the please don't choke on this and barcodes. And then the back you get to see all of the logos followed by the figure and everything it comes with, and some poses and all the fun stuff that we normally expect from a Mafex box. Still the best boxes. Okay, so overall I will say this is an improvement from the original, solely for two reasons. One, the fact that the joints seem to be a little less stiff on the figure itself, and then also just the fact that, you get the little pieces, the little peg holders for the hands and stuff, so that way the holes don't shrink and make it difficult to get the hands on and off, which inevitably leads to people snapping the wrist pegs. So though that's enough for me. I do wish they would have just made him a little bit taller, kind of like they did when they altered the waist articulation for Superman during the reissue to adjust his height. But I'm guessing either they didn't see it as a problem or they couldn't logistically get it where they wanted to in the time frame that they had set for themselves, which I would have been cool with waiting a little longer if that was the case. But let me know in the comments below what you think of the figure. Do you have the original? Did you get the reissue? If so, what are your thoughts on either of them? Or if you're someone who's still out there looking, because there's people who missed out on the reissue, there's people who never picked up the original and simply don't want to pay the price tag for the aftermarket value on some of them. And of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more toy-related content. It helps us out here on the channel. And go ahead and follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok at Modern Toy Fair. And don't forget to check us out Wednesday nights, twitch.tv/Modern Toy Fair for Wednesday Wednesday night only figs where we go over our weekly purchases, and all the links will be in the description below. But that's going to be it for this week, so hopefully we'll see you next week, same toy time, same Toy Fair channel. Thank you for watching.